Welcome back to the Jurassic Park Part 2 tutorial. Today we will be going over Protect the Gallimimus. Let's get into it. So this level is, again, mostly straightforward. There aren't a ton of tricks we do, but this level is going to introduce our Super Bazooka. So as I mentioned in the overview, if you play 4 of the main missions, then you will gain the Super Bazooka. And the only time we really use that weapon, at least to our advantage, is on this level. So if you're going to do a certain strat at the end of this mission with the Super Bazooka, you obviously need to wait and play this level. You need to wait and have this level be at least your 5th mission that you select. Because again, you can select any of the missions you want in whatever order you'd like. But if you're going to go for this strat, you need to wait and play this level on at least the 5th mission. So we're going to go through this level, and we're going to skip most of the ammo caches. You can get by with picking up, or you can get by without picking up any of them, except for your Super Bazooka. We're going to want to grab 3 Super Bazooka ammo. So we'll get 1 at the very start, and there's going to be 2 at the very end. So that's going to be our 3. And then along the way, throughout the level, I think there's 1 more ammo cache you can grab with whatever weapon you'd like. But if you're not even going for the Super Bazooka strat at the end, you can just choose and you can kind of go crazy with your ammo, picking up as much ammo as you can. I would recommend the shotgun since you can just blast your way through these running soldiers. So anyways, let's get into it. I switched to my Super Bazooka. And I grabbed that one. Now I like to jump over all these guys just because, you know, it's kind of pointless to be shooting them and wasting your ammo. Alright, right here is a pretty interesting section. So what we're gonna do, let me just play it real quick. So we have this grenade guy who is pretty annoying in the way. It's really hard to get past him and past this jump because the grenade is going to be lined up exactly where we're going to go. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So if I just try to jump over it, I'm going to get hits. There is nothing, well, there is something you can do to get past it. So the safe strat you can do looks something like this. So you can just jump up here and then drop down, so you just avoid it entirely. Now, continuing on, this running soldier right here, you'll have to hesitate in the air right before you drop down. As you can see, as I was dropping down, I stopped just a little bit, because he's in a bad position, and he will knock you down if you immediately fall. So I'll show that again. So just stop in the air right here for just a second and continue on. And I'll show what happens if you don't stop. So it looks like this. He's going to hit you like that. So the easy strat, just drop down, stop in the air for just a second, and you can continue on. Now the slightly faster strat is a little bit tricky to do. There are 2 versions you can do. You can do a slightly slower strat, or you can do the full-on fastest strats. So the idea behind this strat is we're going to jump underneath that grenade, and we're not going to fall down here. We're actually just going to make the jump entirely. So the first method you can do is you can kind of delay, you can kind of hesitate, and you do that by jumping into this cage like that. You can see how I kind of run into it as I'm jumping up. So doing that will delay your position just enough to where the grenade will be in a better position to where you can jump on underneath it. You will still need to jump at the very edge of the cage and do a really small jump in order to actually make it. So this is what it looks like. So hit the cage, and then, nice, I failed it. It is really hard though. There you go, like that. And you'll still need to hesitate on this guy. He'll still get in the way. When I do this A press, or this jump by the way, I'm not really actually pressing the button. I'm more so just sliding my thumb across the button, so I get the smallest jump possible. You want to be jumping for like maybe a frame, like just at the smallest jump you can possibly get. So don't actually press it, more so just slide your thumb across. So just slide your thumb across to get it. Sometimes you fall down, and if you do fall down, then you can just default to the standard slower strats. Not too difficult from there. So just slide your thumb across like that, and you can make it across. It's still pretty tough to do, honestly. There you go. This is a really hard strat, and it doesn't save that much time, to be honest. Now, the fastest strat we can do is we're not going to run into the cage like that. We're actually going to set up an edge skip on this cage. This edge skip is going to boost us forward just enough to where we can easily, or not easily, but we'll be able to slip underneath that grenade. And the lineup I do is, if you notice these mounds kind of right behind my feet, so I'm standing directly in front of one. Here's another one. So I look at this green plant. You can see this green plant next to my foot. Or my toe is touching the green plant. As soon as I touch that green plant, that's when I jump. And once you pass that, and you jump at that time, you will get an edge skip. Like that. That's just the lineup I use. And then from there, you'll just do the exact same thing as the previous strat. You jump at the final, or as late as possible on the cage. Again, just sliding your thumb across. So here we go. We're going to jump at that plant. Get the edge skip, and jump underneath. Now this time, you don't even need to hesitate for that running soldier. So here it is again. Jump at this plant that my toe is now touching. Jump, and slide your thumb across, and you can continue on. Alright, I'll do the easy strat one more time. So just fall down here, and then hesitate, and continue on. Alright, let's continue on. When you go over these logs, by the way, I would recommend jumping over them, because if there's a soldier coming off the log to the right, if you're in the air while he's in the air, then you won't get hit. You'll just pass right through him. So you want to be in the air a lot, really, kind of at this section, because there are a few different patterns you can get. So yeah, I would recommend just jumping off that log so that you can pass through any potential soldiers that are running through you. Continuing on. Watch out for these mines. These mines do sneak up on you. Again, I like to jump over these soldiers. They're pretty easy to react to. You won't lose any ammo. So right here, you can skip this health kit if you'd like. If you have enough health, you can skip this health, but I would recommend picking it up, again, for starters. But you can start going through the level and not lose a ton of health, and you can end up skipping this one eventually. So I'll just pick it up right now. Continuing on. Alright, so we're at the helicopter cutscene. It's not super important, but I like to stand, again, if you look at those mounds on the floor, those really small mounds, there's 4 of them. I like to stand at this final mound closest to the right of the screen, and that'll just put me in a good position to where when the helicopter flies over and drops the bombs, then I can just jump and I'll be safe from the bombs. So here they come. Just jump and continue on. Again, jumping over these guys, conserve some ammo. If you need to pick up ammo, there's the one ammo cache right here, if you'd like to pick up. Right here, we are going to be set up for an edge skip. And it's really easy. You'll get it every time, because if you just walk off this log and jump immediately, just hold jump as you're falling, you'll get the edge skip on that cage. Pretty nice. Oh, and that jump right there, jumping underneath the second grenade, it's kind of similar to at the start of the level, but this one's much easier. You don't have to worry about getting an edge skip or anything. You do still have to jump at the very last second, so you can make it through. Alright, continuing on. Right here, there is a jump we can do. So we can slip past these two grenades. By the way, you can pick up this health if you'd like. And you won't have to do this strat if you do that. But this strat that I'm about to show you will skip that health. So you can jump through these grenades like this. It's a kind of tight jump, but it's not super bad. If you don't want to do this, you can just do something slow like this and continue on. But the lineup for this jump is... Actually, let me kill these guys real quick just to make it easier. So I jump... You can notice on this log, there's this little bump that I'm almost in front of. My toe is touching it. That little stick coming up. And then the large stick that's right here. As soon as I pass this first stick, and I'm in between both of those sticks, that's when I jump. I just do a full jump, and you'll be able to make it through. So right between the two sticks, and just do a full jump. Not too difficult. Right here, this is all pretty basic. Nothing super interesting. Just jumping over as many enemies as you can, just to save some ammo. Now right here is a pretty interesting strat. So this log right here, this tree stump, we're not able to make it all the way on top of it because this mine's in the way. This last mine is going to be in the way. So we can't make it all the way. But what we can do instead, to not slow down and just make it all the way, right before we jump over, as we approach it, we're going to do a diagonal shot with our shotgun. And we will shoot it like this. And we don't have to stop if we do that. I would recommend using your shotgun, because I've had in the past, if I use my machine gun, sometimes your bullets will slip through and it won't actually hit the mine. But I've never had that happen with a shotgun. Every time the shotgun does hit, it seems. I could be wrong, maybe I've just gotten super lucky. Or maybe it's just super unlucky if your shotgun does miss. But as long as you shoot at the right time and you don't completely miss, then your 3 bullets won't go around the mine. You'll hit it every time. But obviously, if you don't want to do that, you can just do something like that, and you'll slow down just a little bit. But to not slow down, just do a diagonal shot and continue on. Alright, we are nearing the end. Right here, I like to do a pretty cool diagonal shot with my shotgun. And I'll kill this first guy that comes up like that. And it just kind of... Killing that first guy like that just kind of makes things a little bit easier, especially right here. Because now it's kind of difficult to jump down. So yeah, just do a diagonal shot and kill that first guy like that. If you don't want to do that, of course you can just do something like that. You'll probably end up taking a little bit of damage from their bullets, but it's not too bad because there is health kit right here. Okay, so at this point we are going to enter the helicopter fight. So, like I said before, if you're using the Super Bazooka strats, you're going to pick up these next two ammo caches with your Super Bazooka. So grab the health, and then we're going to grab this and this. If you're not using the Super Bazooka strats, you can just do the grab some shotgun ammo. Now, the way this fight works is, let me just start it. We need to kill this cage, and with the Super Bazooka strat, it'll only take 3 shots to kill it. If you're not doing the Super Bazooka strats, I'm not exactly sure how many shots it takes for the shotgun, but as you can see, it takes a lot more. So quite a bit more. So I had 26. I started with 37, so it's probably going to take you around 10 shots. So yeah, Super Bazooka strats, very easy. Just 1, 2, and then 3. Now, from here, you can just jump onto the cage to get close to the helicopter, and then just mash as fast as you can with your shotgun. And you'll kill it like that. Again, we're abusing the mechanic where if you're right up against something, then you can just mash as fast as you can, and you'll be able to unload as much shotgun ammo as you can, as fast as you can mash. So you can do what we call a 1 cycle. So 1, 2, 3, and then shoot the helicopter right before it comes off the screen. But that's pretty hard to do. You have to mash really fast in order to do that. Otherwise, you can just kind of take it a little bit slower. Wait for it to come back after that bomb barrage. And just shoot up. Again, as long as you have shotgun ammo going into this, obviously. And you're just really close to the helicopter as it's flying by, just jump up and start shooting as fast as you can. Oh, I missed the first shot. So here it is again, the fast strat. You want to wait, by the way, you want to wait for your final bazooka, Super Bazooka, for the very end. Because if you shoot it too early, like this, then you can see it just flies off immediately. So in order to give yourself enough time, you want to wait till the very end, right before it hits you. So that way you can still shoot it in time before it flies off. Now, if for some reason you don't have any shotgun ammo, then you're kind of screwed. It might be really difficult to do this fight with your... actually, I don't even think your non-lethal weapons do anything. So it seems like I didn't actually know this, so you'll have to use the remainder of your machine gun. And if you end up running out of that, then you'll have to use your standard SMG, which would be really bad. So yeah, you want to have a lot of ammo. Or you actually only need really 10 shotgun shots if you've already destroyed the cage. So just go into this fight with a decent amount of shotgun ammo, and you should be fine. So here's that bazooka strat again. Wait till the very end, and then just shoot as fast as you can. I missed it, but that's okay, because it doesn't take much damage after that. Alright, that is Protect the Gallimimus. Next up, we are going into the Scout mission. So this level, we're not gonna encounter any health kits or ammo caches. So you do want to be a little bit conservative with your ammo, although it's pretty easy to get through without running out of ammo. So for starters, we're just gonna jump up like this and just use our machine gun. So right here there is this flamer that's gonna come in. Now he's in a particularly interesting spot because if you run underneath him, you're gonna take damage, obviously. Even if you don't slow down, you'll still take a little bit of damage. But there is a little jump we can do to avoid taking damage, or at least most damage. You still might end up taking a little bit, but you will avoid most of the damage. Well, first of all, if you don't want to do this jump, you can just kill this guy and stand back and do something like this. I would recommend using your standard rifle to kill him, because again, we want to be a little bit safe with our ammo count. So in order to do this jump, if you look at these green plants on the ground, you can see you have this long line of plants right here. Then you'll have a small little gap where there's no plants, and then you have the second line of plants. Well, when I'm about right here on the second line of plants, that's when I'm going to do a full jump. And doing that will avoid taking most damage. So it'll look something like this. And as you can see, that time I didn't take any damage whatsoever. If you're quick enough, you can actually just drop down here and do that. But again, you still might end up taking damage. And that drop down strat is actually a little bit dangerous. Because if you miss this jump, then you'll just fall and you'll take a lot of damage. You could also just drop down here and shoot up like this, kill him that way. But the fastest and mostly safe strat is to jump once you get to that second line of plants and just go underneath like that. Continuing on, you can use your shotgun, a few of your shotgun bursts to kill a few of those guys. But again, don't go too crazy. So right here, we are going to be careful because there's this flamer right here. He is in a pretty bad spot because again, you'll get really close to him and you might end up, even if you're ducking, you might end up being too close to him and he'll just shoot you anyways. So if you just barely walk off this cliff, then you can get far enough away from him to be able to kill him like that. You can also just do a diagonal kill with your 2 shotgun bursts, like this. And that'll avoid taking most damage. That was bad, but looks like this. There you go. Continuing on, you want to get out your machine gun right here. And we're gonna just hold down and do something like that. If you want to, you can always just kill this guy. You have to watch out for the running soldier. You can kill that guy to be a little bit safe about it. And continue on. But if you want to go fast and not slow down, as soon as you jump up, you will use your machine gun. Jump over the fire as you get close to it, and just hold down your machine gun so that you can kill all the running soldiers as they get near you. I'll do that again, actually. So just hold down the machine gun, jump over the fire. That was a bad example because I didn't jump over the first flame. Hold down the machine gun and just jump over them. I missed that jump, but that's fine. You do have to jump pretty late to get over this last guy, if you're not able to kill him. Alright, moving on. Watch out for that little compy. Sometimes he'll hit you. Alright, so now get out your shotgun in this cave, because we're going to have a double flamer. If you want to be safe about these guys, you can just slowly inch your way up and just kill them like this. And then the second guy up here. That's an easy strat, but it is pretty slow. Otherwise, what you can do is you can jump up onto the second floor and then do a double shot like that and just jump around like this. You're definitely going to take a bit of damage if you do this, so you need to be careful. The lineup I do is, it's kind of hard to explain actually. I'm not even sure how I ended up coming up with this lineup, but the lineup I use to know when to shoot. You can see these big dark splotches of just a dark rock on the background, and they're repeating. So you have, I'm standing directly in front of the first one, and then here's the second one, here would be the third one, the fourth one. So once I pass the second one, which is right here, this is when I do my first shot, and I continue on like that. So pass the second spot, and it'll look like that. So just shoot twice, jump over the flames, and we can continue on. Okay, so right here is a pretty interesting strat we can do. There are a few things we can do. The entrance we need to go to is directly underneath us. So if you have enough health, you can fall down to the right, like this, and you want to go to the right because there's going to be a raptor that will come flying in, and we want to avoid him. If you have enough health, just drop down, go to the right, and you'll be able to land. And you're going to have very little health at this point, as you can see. So what you can do instead, and by the way, if you just drop down immediately, you're going to get attacked by the raptor, and you'll take the full damage. But what you can do is you can do a damage boost instead with that raptor, but you need to make sure that the raptor hits you from behind. So you need to turn to the left, then you can just drop straight down, and you actually do need to walk to the right just a little bit so the raptor actually hits you. So walk a little bit to the right, drop down, the raptor will attack you, and as you can see I have much more health doing that damage boost as opposed to just dropping straight down. Now, like I mentioned before, the fall damage with getting knocked off by enemies is a little bit weird. When it comes to raptors, if you get knocked down and you land on your stomach, then you won't take any fall damage. But if you land on your back, like I'm going to demonstrate real quick, then you will take the full fall damage along with the raptor's hit. So this is what you don't want to do. You don't want to be facing to the right while the raptor hits you, because then you'll take the full fall damage and you will end up dying. So you need to make sure if you do this damage boost, walk over just a little bit to the right, but then turn to the left so that you get knocked down from behind and then you land on your stomach. And now you're safe with much more health. Again, if you have enough health, just walk over, or if you have enough health to do the full fall without the damage boost, just drop down, drop to the right, so you avoid the raptor, and then you can continue on. Now there is another strat I might as well mention, which is a lot safer, but it is a little bit slow. You can actually just walk over here, and then walk down like this, and you'll end up right back here. You end up, that way is a lot easier to do, but you do end up taking a little bit more damage from that fall as opposed to the damage boost, and it is about a second and a half slower, I believe. So you can decide what you want to do. You can do that safe strat where, again, this is very easy, just walk over here and then just walk off like this. There's nothing to it. That's a very easy strat you can do, but a little bit slower. Or you can do the damage boost, walk a little bit to the right, and then turn to the left. Continue on. Or do the full fall, where you just drop down, go to the right, so you avoid the raptor, and continue on. Now for demonstration purposes, for what's coming up next, I'm actually just going to do the damage boost, just so I have a bit more health. Now we can continue on. I like to shoot these guys up here with my shotgun, doesn't really matter too much. Alright, so right here we have another flamer. Pretty interesting strat we can do right here. So this flamer is standing behind this rock right here. What you can do is, if you want to be safe about it, you can stand back and just shoot him like this and continue on. The slightly faster strat is going to look like this, where you jump on top of him like this and then continue on. This strat is actually pretty easy. Just jump right here. And then you want to make sure you don't jump too far forward onto this platform, because again, you'll be in his fire. So just do something like this, and you can continue on. That is a pretty easy strat. I would recommend doing that if you're a beginner. Even if you're a beginner, you could do that one. Now there is the faster strat you can do, where we are actually going to destroy the rock, and then we are going to kill the flamer. So we're not going to slow down at all. In order to do that, you need to have your gas grenade out. This is going to be our first shot. And then we're going to shoot the rock with our gas grenade, and then we're going to immediately switch to your shotgun and take your first shot with the shotgun, and then you can kill the flamer after that. So right as we're falling onto this platform right here is when we're going to take our first shots. So it'll look like this. So we fall, do our first shot, and then immediately switch over with our shotgun. And that'll get the first hit on the flamer. So it looks like this. So it's very quick. I've already shot the guy with my shotgun. So now from here, I can just hit him one more time and continue on. But you can do that without slowing down. So get out your gas grenade. As soon as you fall, do the double shot where you shoot the first gas grenade, switch over to your shotgun, and shoot again. And then once we jump back up, we'll shoot him for a second time with the shotgun. So it looks like the full thing looks like this. So it looks like that. 3 pretty quick shots. It's not super difficult to do, but the danger with this strat is if you've done all the other fastest strats in the level beforehand, you're gonna end up with very little health at this point already, and you will take a bit of damage from this part, from this strat. So it's something to be aware of. This strat in of itself isn't too difficult to do, but like I said, you will be already low on health, and you probably don't want to take any more damage from here on out. If you're too low on health, then you can obviously just resort to an easier, safer strat like that. Otherwise, you can do the triple shots. Gas grenade first, immediately switch over to the shotgun, and then finish off the flamer with the second shotgun burst. There we go. And now we'll just finish off the level. So right here, I have already mentioned this, but this is the rock clip section. So the lineup for the jump is once you're in line with these green plants is when you can jump, and that'll get you in a good position to do a rock clip. Obviously you don't have to do the rock clip, you can just jump over it, shoot it, or whatever you want to finish off the level. But to do the rock clip, again, I mentioned before, as soon as, or right before you touch the rock, you're going to turn around to face the opposite direction. You will then touch the rock to get boosted in the direction you want to go, and then you can continue on. So jump once we reach these plants, and it'll look like that. There we go. There we go. Those are some good examples of what the rock clip looks like. Easy strat. Okay, I failed it that time. But yeah, that's the scout mission. So yeah, we will meet back up, and we will get into Biosyn headquarters, the big Biosyn mission. I will see you then.